Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening. How you doing tonight, Dan?
I am doing well. It's a dark, stormy evening, so perfect time for some Flesh Wound Horror.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
we're on a special night tonight because we had to give you more time because you were off conventioning this
I
past
was.
week.
I was. Pretty epic week. I was at the Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Convention in Nashville, and it was an epic week. I was there Thursday through Monday. Got to hang out with a lot of people. Slasher Home Video in the chat. I got to hang out with him and Jay the Stingray and Mr. Bombastic and calling them by their gimmick names. But I know that's how Todd likes it. Always do the
Well,
gimmick.
I mean, it does help promote their channels too.
This is true.
Sorry, I do use gimmick names because
That's fine. That's fine.
I respect the gimmick.
Planet CHH, all of them still there as well. This was actually probably one of the bigger groups, so that was really cool, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, we got to watch WrestleMania together. There was a lot of spooning in the hotel because there wasn't a lot of room, but shockingly enough,
I mean, let's be real. If there was still plenty of room, you guys would still be spooning. Come on.
No, that's true. That's true. You know, it happens, Todd. It's vacation. But we made it work. We didn't have any glitches with that. We got to this hotel is super cool. Like we were just hanging out by the pool pretty much late into the night. And
is the hotel in the convention actually in the same building?
It's in the same building.
That's the best.
Yeah. You walk out, like I was on the bottom floor. So like I walk out of my room and in less than a minute, I am in the convention.
Yeah.
Like it's the perfect hotel for a horror convention. Great people, great staff. Got to hang out with the street team for Paul Bearer Press. Very cool. Bought a lot of cool stuff, and met Catherine Cochran, I believe, who of course from Terrifier, but she could actually be watching this. So shout out, Todd. I know you know her from.
There we go.
Return to Nukem High.
Yes.
So there you go, Todd. I'm Trauma alumni. I got to make friends with.
That's very cool. I know. I had to remind you that one too, but of course, my brain goes to Trauma first, not Terrifier.
I get it. That's fair enough.
She was the star of 2 Trauma films. So, and she is also in Shakespeare's Shitstorm. I'm not sure if she's in the upcoming one, but I wouldn't be shocked if she pops up.
I wouldn't be shocked either. Yeah, no, I had some. I met Mitch Pileggi from Shocker. He was really cool.
Cool.
I got to see some people for the first time. Sam and her husband Chris from Region Free, and also Todd. We met Ben Grimm.
I heard.
YouTube Hall of Famer Ben Grimm at this point in the flesh. So that was pretty wild. I didn't take a lot of video. I have some pictures, but there's some cool videos up on Slasher Home Videos channel. Piz posted one. Matt Dream Emulator, who I met also for the first time. He's got a great.
Yeah, I definitely saw some of his on. I don't know if I saw him on YouTube or I definitely know I saw his going around. I remember the name because it was newer to me.
Yes. No, it was a lot of fun and pretty epic weekend. I think if this keeps growing, we're gonna have like 100 different horror YouTubers that are gonna end up in this small hotel. Everybody just converged on it. Ben Unmasked. Well, he's the avatar though. Like that is him. Like it's not a case of like, oh, okay, you're dinking around with your avatar. So yeah. No, good times, good people. I still have like the post convention blues where it's like you got to get used to being around all the normies when you go to Walmart or your day-to-day shit. So that always hits hard. But nonetheless, it was a very good time. Todd, I look forward to getting down there in hopefully around October. So
Yeah.
one trip ends, you look forward to seeing my West Coast pals in October. So yeah. Todd, how was your week?
Yeah. Recovering from WrestleMania. I don't know. There wasn't. I was getting work done. It was a busy week.
You watched, I think, about 1,000 hours of wrestling in a week.
Yeah,
so
I did.
There was a lot. I know Kruger was partying. I think Kruger was hanging out with the former guest, the Soul Taker.
Yes,
who goes by other names.
That Dan only says off air.
Yes, check out our interview with the Soul Taker on the channel. Or is that even on the channel?
It is. Okay. No, it is.
Okay.
I do believe there is an uncensored version on Patreon, though.
Okay, yes, the Quentin Tarantino edition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to tell. Yeah. I did have one piece of news.
Ooh.
It's trauma news. Shocker, I know. I don't know if you heard, Mr. Melvin, the Toxic Avenger sequel reconstruction, which, if you don't know, that's the working title of the Toxic Avenger 2 and 3.
Okay.
And they've taken it and they've reconstructed it. A couple of the trauma guys like took it, reconstructed it from the Mr. Melvin original script, and made the 90-minute cut, which they're calling the definitive way to watch it now, of the Toxic Avenger 2 and 3, edited into one film under the working title of Mr. Melvin. And that will be screening at the second annual at this point, Traumathon in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So it's part of their, their weekend that they do with, I can't remember how many films, but double, triple, there might be 4 or 5 a night. I don't remember. I remember last year's lineup was, looked incredible. And yeah, this, with that alone, it's like that. Yeah. I desperately want to see the cut already, but shocker, I know.
Trauma, what's going on? These Malco screenings of Class of Nukem High.
Yeah.
What were some of the other ones? Vegas in Space. There's a few others. Mother's Day. That is really interesting.
Are they getting Mother's Day for Mother's Day weekend?
I don't know about that, but that certainly makes sense. I know Mother's Day, Vegas in Space, Class of Nukem High.
Vegas in Space is a kind of a random one.
It kind of makes sense as a midnight movie. I mean, I get why they might be trying that one. Trauma all year at Malco is the news of the century for slasher home video. So that's
wow, maybe I won't throw that one out. The surf one in
the surf Roman saluters must die in August.
Must die? Were you just trying to talk shit there? Slip that in? I heard that.
Whatever. That is awesome all year. Now, Todd, I don't ever remember going to Malco in California.
Yeah, we don't have any of that here.
Okay, so I take it you already looked then.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know we don't.
I have to check if we do in Georgia. I mean, I would make a special trip to see some of those theatrically, but I don't think we have Malco. I think we might have a Cinemark somewhere, but it's kind of AMC Regal country here, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I'd probably see that every one.
He switched it up.
Surf Nazis. Okay, there you go.
You still said it though, Dan.
Kind of. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, it's literally on. Yeah.
Well, hey, look, you know what? No bitter grapes here because how often? I mean, we get a lot of cool shit. It doesn't seem like you guys get a ton of those limited releases at Malco, so I am glad. I might be.
I'm not glad. I'm just jealous.
Yes.
Little envious. There we go.
Yeah, especially Trauma. I know that one stings, but I guess it's a Malco exclusive. What are you gonna do? Todd, any other news that I missed? I've been kind of like out of the loop since I've gotten back. I'm catching up on everything.
Not that that was the only piece that I stored in my brain. So,
rest in peace, Lar Park Lincoln.
Oh yes, that too.
Yeah, very sad. I met her several times, so she was always cool. Always loved her crystals and her timeshares, but really nice lady. And if I had thought, I would have shown off my New Blood poster. I've got that signed by pretty much everybody. But yeah, sweet lady, great final girl, and she will be sorely missed. Yes. All right.
You know what, Dan? I just realized I botched huge.
What did you botch on?
I didn't do the graphics for the little side pics.
That's okay.
Sorry guys. I know it's been the norm. I just I had an off day yesterday.
Yeah. Do you want me to go like super low budget?
You could. Well, what's your low budget option?
For anybody that like skims these because they just want to see one review, it's like, all right, here we go.
Well, I was just gonna, Dan. I was gonna literally type it in the little bottom box. You know that's an option too. Yeah. Well, okay, Dan. Hold on. Jesus Christ.
There you go, Todd. For those people that want to like.
I was just gonna do this, Dan.
Oh, come on! I'm going old school Disney animation right here.
There we go, Dan.
There you go. All right.
Much easier than fucking write it on a piece of paper. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I could have. You given me a little more time. You kill 5 minutes. I can get you the director and the studio and all that good stuff. But that works. So our first film of the evening from writer-director Ryan Coogler, we have Sinners. And in this film, trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. So yeah, this movie follows Smoke and Stack, a pair of Chicago-based gangsters who come back home to the Mississippi Delta region in the 1930s to start up a bar. And, vampires crash the party.
A bar? Come on. Really?
Yeah, it's a bar. It's
still a bar. But that's not what it's called.
Well, what's it called, Ted? You want to go old-timey?
Well,
what do you want to call it, Ted?
Just go ahead, Dan.
All right, well, I'm asking you. It's a bar.
Okay.
It's a bar. Ahead. It's not a titty club. It's a bar.
Okay.
A pub? Would you prefer pub?
Is this a fucking British movie?
Speakeasy? Well, nothing's good enough for you, Tad. A speakeasy, I believe, is the technical term, but it is still a bar. So, yeah, Sinners. All right. So, number one, I love that this movie's kicking ass at the box office.
On track to hit 100 million this weekend.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And it's something that is an original project. It's not some comic book thing. It's just new movie that obviously connected with people, and it is tearing up the box office. I think that's so healthy and cool. And luckily, it's also a good movie. I really like this one a lot. It's been getting a lot of the From Dusk Till Dawn comparisons, and I mean, yeah, obviously we kind of go
that they go to a bar.
They do. Would that be a speakeasy as well?
No, well, no, that's a bar. This was a juke. Just so you know.
Isn't there a different? Wouldn't that not be a bar? Isn't that called something else?
It's a juke. That's what they call the whole goddamn movie, Dad.
It's like a cantina. Juke joint. Okay, that's fine. Juke joint works.
I mean, it's like literally they say it like.
But is it not a bar as well?
I was just giving you shit because like it's called the juke and they call it a juke.
Or a pub. These are all the same.
A pub. It's not a fucking pub, Dan.
It is a pub. That's the same thing. It's a place where people go to drink.
Well, no, I guess a pub would be British. There, it's a pub. This was in Mississippi. This was a juke.
It's also a pub in Ireland.
Was it? No, was it? No, it was Georgia. They were in Georgia, right? See, now I'm getting confused.
The Mississippi.
Okay. So I was right the first time. Yeah, in Mississippi, it's a juke. In Britain, it's a pub.
If I go to Mississippi right now and say I'm going to the bar, I would be incorrect. I would have to.
Well, I mean,
speakeasy. See what I'm saying, Todd? It all works.
I understand. I can't explain myself out.
Tomato. I am correct. So I love Michael Jordan in this movie. It's hard.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Yes. Is that not his name?
You just make me laugh tonight, Dan.
That's his name, Michael B. Jordan. I can throw.
There you go.
Doing some disrespect, but yeah, not the bad.
That's like saying Michael Fox instead of Michael J. Fox. You got to put the initial in, Dan.
Okay, well, you still know who it is. It's the guy that goes back in time. But all right, so we're gonna actually talk.
Are you trying to fuck with me tonight? I'm confused.
I'm not. I swear I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not indeed. All right, Melissa, but I think a juke joint is where people go to dance. Pub is normally where people is not normally where people go to dance. There's dancing in pubs. It's Irish pubs. People are dancing.
No, there's drinking in pubs.
There's drinking, but there's also.
I don't remember anyone dancing in Shaun of the Dead, unless you count the zombies when they're fighting with them at the end. But I'm losing my point.
Pubs have a little dancing. It's not like a rave, like where everybody.
It's Best Rolls at Space Jam. See the difference? They probably thought it was Michael Jordan the whole movie.
He's dunking.
Like, when's he bringing out the basketball?
That'd be awesome. Michael Jordan killing vampires with the basketball.
You thought it was Michael Jordan and Michael B. Jordan.
It's the duo flick that we need. We need it. We need it to happen.
Yeah, but Melissa confirms. Yeah, a juke joint is specifically music and dancing,
but also a bar because
no, that would be a club in modern terms. Dan, music and dancing and drinking would be a bar,
but like a juke joint is like a jukebox, right? So
yeah,
a rave doesn't have that. I'm not like,
No, say that the equivalent to a juke joint would be a dance club.
But a rave would not, a club would not be a juke joint. If I'm going to like a Night at the Roxbury type club, we're going to settle this, Todd.
We did. That's the equivalent. A juke joint and a modern club would be the same thing. That would be the modern equivalent.
Right. Well, like I said, I was right. All right. So
no, you said a bar. Bar, you don't go to dance, you go to drink.
But that could be the same thing.
A pub, you don't go to dance, you go to drink.
Okay, well, whatever, Todd.
I mean, unless we're talking like The Accused, I mean,
well, definitely not a lot of dancing going on in that one.
There was. That's that.
Yes. Shut up, Todd. All right. So, Sinner,
Jesus.
Smoke and Stat. It's hard playing twins, and I think he does a really good job. I never was confused who was who.
No, it's
distinct personalities, and much like From Dusk Till Dawn, it just works. It works as a gangster movie. It works as a vampire movie. I wouldn't even like From Dusk Till Dawn. I know a lot of people say like the crime portion of the film before the vampires show up is the strongest, and I probably would agree, as much as I love what comes when the vampires pop up. I mean, Salma Hayek, my God. This one, I think it was pretty seamless. Like it just all works, and it's definitely a love letter to Robert Rodriguez, and that's a good thing. Great gore, all memorable characters across the board. I know it was the film debut of the lead actor Miles Catton, I believe is how you say his name. He was really good. Delroy Lindo always hits a home run. Jack O'Connell is Remick, I believe, the Irish vampire. I thought he was stellar.
Delroy Lindo left Blade first. I think he was the first one to leave that Blade reboot. Good choice.
Delroy Lindo left. Was he involved in Blade?
Yep, he was going to be in there. Yeah, he was one of the first ones to leave.
Oh, I didn't know that. Was he playing Whistler?
I don't know. I didn't follow it that much, but I just know he is the first one that left Blade.
Oh, okay, that kind of feels like maybe a Whistler role. I'll have to look into that. But no, I mean, your heart breaks at different points. You really care about these characters in a relatively short time. I really like this one a lot. I think the hype is real. Some really cool practical effects and makeup. No wonky CG. I mean, there's CG there, obviously, but nothing that really came off as wonky. I thought, yeah, and with the twins too. Like I didn't feel like it's a body double here or anything like that. Right. All of that was really
there. There was when they first introduced them and they're passing the cigarette back and forth.
Mm.
If you were, because I was watching for it, you can kind of there, but that's the only bit. They're just establishing how well they can make this look good. And like, I knew that's what they were doing. So I was really watching it. But I mean, other than that, no, absolutely. And that's just,
What do you think it was that blew this movie up in particular? Because
really good trailer didn't hurt.
Yeah, trailer was really good. I was curious because I was actually quite shocked at how much money this made.
Yeah.
And I know.
Well, I'll tell you what it was. I'll tell you what it was. That
Chicago Bulls fans just showing up.
Yeah, no. Oh, Jesus Christ! You made me lose it. What did you? Oh, the fact that the studio had the faith to put this, like, release it in 70mm IMAX, like on film, like real 70mm.
Yeah.
And set up those screenings in like one of the 10, I think there's 10 in the country that can play it. And those, started selling out. And I think just good word of mouth. Mm-hmm. Like there's a few people I've heard, but the word of mouth has been so good on this. I mean, like, I don't think this is too spoily, but there's a moment, like, because this is really about music too. There's a lot to do with it.
And it was all over the place. Ben brings up the Irish folk music.
Yeah.
Just the blues stuff. There's some modern music.
Yeah, and you get that otherworldly. I'm not trying to give too much away. It's not really a spoiler, but
music kind of pierces the veil.
Of time and space, and just how it's such a fabric of it. Mm-hmm. It's just, and it's a really good movie. Like, I know there was like the whole, like, we were going back and forth because they're not calling it a horror picture. It's
that's stupid.
Well, but I get it because it's so just like genre wise, it's not like just horror. It's appealing in so many more ways that it's not like it. I'm not saying it's not horror because it is, but I mean, it's not like it has a broader appeal than just the genre.
You could have, I mean, this could have been something where you could have swapped the vampires just for the other threat in the movie, and it would have worked as a gangster period piece. Like, I was into it more than enough to not need the supernatural element, but I still think all of that was handled really well.
But I mean, like, I know our buddy Chris, he loved this also. And he he brought up, like, it's like you just get like musical numbers in it, and like no one blinks an eye. It's just like there, and they're just doing it, and it's like you get, it just all worked. Like, and on paper, this could have gone either way, but it's just so well executed. Like, this is filmmaking.
It is. It really is. And I'm delighted that, again, this is making that kind of money. It'll probably be one of the big grossers for the year.
It was one of the few movies this year that I've seen twice theatrically. I had to go back and see it.
Oh, nice.
So the other one I'm going to watch when we're done the show tonight because it hit digital. Freaky Tales.
Oh, there you go. Well, I know you're a mark for that movie. So, yeah, no, I feel like our top tens are filling up pretty early this year. So,
I got a couple contenders.
We are not done yet tonight either. So, anything else in the Sinners world? Because there is kind of a credits.
Yeah,
I did necessarily setting up a sequel, but the possibility lies there.
I did pop for the era and the look. I will say that without giving too much away. Yeah. I was, yeah. Oh yeah, and the deal that they struck for this. I know it's a great deal for Coolger. He retains the rights to the film after so long, and then sequels or spinoffs. I think it's like 20 years. It's like an actual shorter time than you'd think. And the film's going to be his again. Like, they didn't want to lose him. Like, they already lost what's his name? Oppenheimer.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know. I'm blanking too. What?
Yeah. No, I
come on. Someone in the chat knows.
20 years. It's his movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, I mean, I gotta think there's gonna be a sequel like immediately.
And there's worry in the industry because of this deal setting a bad precedent.
I'm all for it. And Christopher Nolan, I don't know why.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
But
yeah.
No, I think that's a good precedent. I'd love these movies to go back to the creators.
I think they also kind of reasoned part of it was, well, it's like, it's a black director, it's a black film, like giving it back. I think that, it's something that he like is so personal to him. So I think it's more of a one-time deal. I don't think it's going to be the norm.
It could be interesting, though. I could see a lot of people kind of wanting that. Wanting that deal, especially now with this one making that kind of money. I mean, 20 years is still 20 years.
But I don't think everyone can command that. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, he's going to have some power after this one.
Like, I'm sure Nolan's going to want that every time, but
yeah. Well, Nolan, Oppenheimer was, though. I was going to say he had a couple movies that didn't blow it up, but yeah.
They're also Oscar darlings too, though. So there's that.
That's true.
Studios want them still.
So yeah, maybe we'll see a sequel to this. I mean, you could kind of almost pick up and do anything the way it ended. So what do you rate this one, Todd?
I'm obviously a 5. I love this.
Yeah, I'm a 5 as well. I think this one's unique. Just again, the way they incorporated the music, and it's more than it sounds like on paper. It's also a little raunchy, like From Dusk Till Dawn. There was some not really nudity, but there was some raunchy lines. Ben Grimm, he's been building to this point with Creed and Black Panther. Okay. Yeah, well, no, he has a good record.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta finally watch the Creed movies.
I like
I saw the first one. I did see the first one.
Which was the Rocky 4 sequel? Was that the second or I think that's the second one. That's
the last one's kind of like the Rocky 5, where it's like
it's the one Michael B. Jordan directed. So it's Creed 2 is the Rocky 4 sequel. It actually made me appreciate Rocky 4 much better because
how do you hate that? Like, you just hate America, Todd. How do you hate
most of the time? Yes, there's a lot of things that don't end. I'm a Californian, so there you go. That answers it all.
There you go.
Creed 2 has Drago.
Yes.
So it made me appreciate it. Then when he released the director's cut, although I did miss the robot, it's a much better cut, and it cuts out of a lot of the over the top propaganda stuff that's always like bothered me in that one.
Yeah, it's a Go America movie, but But
America's track record, not good for people of my
but
country.
Russia, Todd. I mean, it's they're the heels back then, so
Okay.
well, kind of now too, I guess. But all right. So, moving on to our next film, which I'm really excited to talk about, from director Emily Blickfelt. We have The Ugly Stepsister, which follows Elvira as she battles against her gorgeous stepsister in a realm where beauty reigns supreme. She resorts to extreme measures to captivate the prince amidst a ruthless competition for physical perfection. All right, so as you might imagine, this is a twisted body horror take on the Cinderella story from the point of view of the ugly stepsister, Elvira. This is the feature film debut of the director, and god damn, I love this movie. Now, I want to make clear, first off, you might be hearing Cinderella right now, and because of the current trend, you're thinking, okay, is this another kind of public domain, Winnie the Pooh style horror film? It is not. So if you're not into that, don't worry. That is not what this is. This movie is gross, awkward, funny, beautiful, even heartbreaking at times in its own way. Norwegian take on Cinderella. I loved it. This has some of the nastiest body horror I've seen in a while. Not to spoil too much, but there are maggots. There's a tapeworm. There's an interesting way to kind of tie into Cinderella with the shoe and all of that. And I think probably could be my favorite performance of the year from Leah Miron, who plays Elvira. Everybody's fantastic in this and memorable. It's a distinctly non-American movie too, and I mean that in the best possible way. Extremely graphic sexual content in this one. In fact, some really graphic, almost borderline XXX nudity and sex in this. It goes hard. I like this so much. I'm gonna say
I don't think it was as close to XXX as you, but I get what you're saying.
No, but like it. This one, I'm kind of surprised didn't get slapped with an NC-17.
I do believe, wasn't this released and not rated? Most of the Shudder stuff.
Interesting question.
I
saw R, but that could be wrong on the AMC app. You could compare this to The Substance. They tackle similar themes, the going to extremes to meet beauty standards. I like this better than The Substance. I actually thought this was even better.
It's such a different kind of movie. I get what you're saying.
Like, themes. Yeah,
there are, but they are no. It's not rated.
Okay, that makes
sense,
because there were the one scene in the barn. I was like, how the fuck is this getting an R rating?
Piz is asking where this is available right now. This is currently only in theaters. It is a Shudder release though, so it will eventually.
I believe it's going to be early May for VOD. I want to say May 9th, but don't quote me on that exactly because this is one of my favorite movies of the year. Might be my favorite movie of the year. I really loved it.
I'm with you 100%, and right now it's definitely in the contention for so far this year. I've said, earlier, my other two, this would probably be my third one. I'm with you on this, Stan.
I wasn't too sure.
This was a fabulous film. Because I at first, I wasn't sure if it was just like a take on the Cinderella story, but no, it's the her perspective. And once I knew, okay, so we're really doing that.
Yeah.
It was I'm all in. I love this. I mean, with the body, everything about it. It's just,
that the tapeworm thing, that was fucking gross.
It is an awesome film.
It's been a good year. But yeah, man, fuck, this was shocking. I mean, I knew I'd probably like it. Norwegian horror tends to hit more
Man,
than this.
Dan hasn't put that over enough.
Oh,
Lots of
I have,
nudity.
man. There's a ton of nudity in this. And from some, it's not all pleasant nudity, but it's also from very attractive ladies at the same time. It's just in
Yeah.
kind of fucked up scenarios. There's some back beef in here, Todd. I think this one good. This one's pretty graphic. Um, man, I think I hope people don't sleep on this one. If you want to see it theatrically, chances are it's got one time that you can see it. I doubt it's going to survive more than another week. So get out there. I do think it's worth seeing in a theater if you can.
I agree.
It's just a wow. This one's so good. I'm a huge fan. I'll be singing the praises of this one throughout the year.
Are we still got to know if Pitt knows anyone on, because out in the Norwegian films, I know he's always. I did look for his name when I was watching the credit, and Raymond's too, actually, and I just didn't notice it. Ben
Pitt,
says,
if you watch this, let us know if you. I'm sure you probably know somebody that was on this shoot.
Ben said it kind of reminded me of The Loved Ones and how you root for her even if she does some messed up stuff. I agree with you. Yeah, seeing it from her perspective, totally. And it did. I don't know if it was just the foreign made it feel like Loved Ones, but I did definitely kind of. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's interesting the way they do it though too. It's like they don't completely flip it where it's like the Cinderella character is a bitch to her. I mean, she is, but it's not over the top, and kind of vice versa. So there's some gray area with our characters, which is always nice. And I'm not kidding. Leah Miron as Elvira, I really hope she can break out. There was also, and I'm going to butcher this name, but Thea Sophie Lochnace as Agnes, I believe, the Cinderella character. That is a fucking stunningly beautiful girl. I don't know. I think she might have been in Last Kingdom or some medieval show. I know I've seen her before, but yeah, man, this is one of the best movies of the year, if not the best. And it's a ride. Like I said, it's funny, it's gross, it's got a lot going for it. It's really just fucking weird. I love the running gag. Stay to the very, very end of the credits for a scene that is kind of a running gag throughout it. But yeah. But beware if you do see this. This goes hard on the nastiness and the sex. So it might be a little awkward if you take your date to it.
You're fine.
Go for it. Todd, what do you rate it?
I'm a 5.
I'm a strong 5 on this one. This is just a wonderful movie.
No arguments for me.
I will be picking it up physically ASAP, and I will watch it again. I always say
as soon as this hits digital, I'm gonna watch it again.
I will check this out again as soon as humanly possible. And that is a mark of greatness for me because I don't get to rewatch stuff very often, but I will make the time and sit my ass down and watch this again. Go out, support it. It's great. Sinners is kicking ass, but there's a lot of other stuff out right now too, which I should say Wednesday we're going to be stacked as well. We've got The Shrouds from David Cronenberg and Till Dawn. We had to kind of split it because there was just a lot of stuff that
we were gonna do all 4 theatricals today, but it just
you get home, it's kind of hard to immediately make it out to 4 movies. So
but you made 3, it happened. So you were just what away.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So moving on to our next film of the evening, which is currently streaming on Shudder from co-directors Joe DeBoer and Kyle McConaughey. We have Dead Male. So an anonymous letter begging for help finds its way to a 1980s post office, connecting dead letter investigator to a kidnapped keyboard technician. So I'm really curious with this one, Todd. So I sat down to watch this one, and it was late. Like, I think it was maybe the first movie I tried to watch when I got back from the trip, and I was a little tired, so I decided to go back to it. I felt like I wasn't following it properly for a review.
Right. I get that.
And I went back to it. Now, I will say this movie's very unique. Horror is not the first thing that I would describe it as. I think thriller a little bit more. There is some tension, but it's not I don't think they're really going for scares so much in this one. It's gonna depend. It's very slow paced. It's one of those movies I can see on some best of and some worst of lists at the end of the year, because it just may or may not connect with you. They use a I believe a theremin, which is like a synthesizer sound that you heard in a lot of old
If you've seen
movies.
And if you've seen Ed Wood, you see them using it too.
Yeah, that's what a theremin is, and it's a synthesizer, and it's got a really unique score, and just kind of a Lynchian atmosphere to it. I'm doing the review, and I'm still kind of deciding how I really feel about this movie. It is unique, and I think it's going to have cult appeal. I guess I could compare it to a certain degree, although I like this film a lot more. Berberian Sound Studio. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, I do.
It's probably a good double feature. I think that one's a little more of a horror movie, while again, this is more of a thriller. We do get Susan Prever in this one as kind of one of the post office sleuths who's kind of investigating this case, and she's great as always. I thought the actors did a good job. It's just a very odd film. I think it's a little longer than it should be, and it's not going to hold everybody's attention. What did you think, Todd? Because I could see you loving this or hating it. I don't know.
I don't know if I'd say I loved it, but I did enjoy it for what it was. I was into it. Yeah, it was yeah. I was probably the right enhanced when I watched it, but I just really got into it, and I thought it was a good film.
I think it's like an hour 45, and I just sort of felt like, all right, you could definitely trim some of this.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Especially towards the final act leading up to.
Yeah, I felt like we were kind of dragging our feet a little bit. I guess this movie I would classify as interesting, but not quite good to me.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, because like it's not one I'll probably ever want to watch again, but I was interested on what was going on.
Yeah, it's going to be like one of those what the fuck Skinamarink kind of things for people, although I don't think it'll have the same venom that Skinamarink had. Todd's own it was the only movie you almost walked out of, right?
There's the pretentious bullshit poster. Yes, I literally like half the movie I was like, I should just leave. No, you've never walked out of it. Like, that was probably the last like half of the movie. That's all that was going in my brain. Like, do I leave? Do I not? And then finally the credits did.
Right? You've never walked out.
I've never, no.
Okay.
I one time I didn't get to finish one, and I had to go back the next day. It was when Fast and the Furious went into space. So I saw it up to the point before they went to space, and the next day I was like, "What the fuck was I watching?" But
Dead Male is better than that.
Yeah, but I don't count that because I didn't walk out on it. I had to just finish it the next day because there was someone pulled the fire alarm and they wouldn't restart it.
Yeah, this is one of those movies I wish I could take the basic idea and just make a different movie with it. Like at the end of the day, I mean, I just have to be honest, I wasn't super engaged. But let's see. Creepy Girl movie review, Melissa says the concept was there, but it was meh. I kept asking myself why just it felt like a bunch of nothing. There is a plot there. I mean, again, it's not like a Skinamarink where there's really just nothing there. I just think the big issue is it just meanders too long, and I just couldn't hang with it. I feel like you could have tightened this up to at least a tight 80 minutes and you wouldn't have lost much of anything. But I do highly recommend Berberian Sound Studio.
Yeah.
That's not for everybody either, but I do think that movie is really good and gets overlooked a lot. I don't know, I expect a Vinegar Syndrome special edition of that at some point because it's kind of one of those gems out there. So maybe watch that instead. But this is different enough that you might want to give it a shot and let us know what you think. This one especially, let us know what you think in the comments because I'm curious. Todd, what do you rate this one?
I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay.
I think it's fair.
Okay, you're a little higher. I'm a 2.5. I just wasn't engaged enough to go higher, but it is different. It is unique, and that's a good thing. So, all right. So moving on, Todd, to let me see here. Sorry, just organizing my notes. Evil Bong-A-Thon, which is a new super. Well, I don't know how to put it. A new cut that takes all of the Evil Bong movies and all 9 of them now. Fuck, we're at 9 Evil Bong movies and mashes them up into one film.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the synopsis.
So should I start with I'm a big Evil Bong fan. I rewatched them all again this year. I didn't do the entire Evil Bong-averse. I just did Evil Bong and Ginger Dead Man since I wanted to watch the Blu-ray, so I just did them all leading up to 420 and watched this one right here on 420 after WrestleMania. So yeah, I watched it and I'm already a fan. I'd already just watched the movies, so I did see some of the stuff, and they basically completely cut out one entire film. But I'll talk what it was and more specifically after. I kind of want to get your take because, like, my brain fills in the blanks, like watching it, this movie cut, because I know what I'm not seeing. Like, I know what some of the other stuff, but especially with the first 2, I felt like they cut them together well, so that those like really had a good feel to them. Now, where you didn't feel lost, I don't think, in the story. For you, not being, I know you've seen most of them, if not all of them, but you haven't revisited them, and you probably don't retain them in your head.
Well, it did make me want to go back and rewatch some of them. I forgot an old buddy from the AVN's, Skin Diamond, is in there as one of the Punishers. She was always a sweetheart at the AVN's, and I totally forgot that she was in 5, I believe. But so it works. You can feel the jumps, and I feel like if I had never even seen or heard of an Evil Bong movie, I would know that there's something up with it, because there is a little bit of like, okay, we just got there pretty quick. We spend a lot of time on 2. There's a decent chunk from part 2. They seem to get a lot of the nudity in there. There's a lot more nudity than I remember.
It's funny. There's a running gag with one of the girls, Minnie Robinson, where she won't get naked.
Yeah,
but she gets naked a bunch of the stuff that's been cut out. She's like throughout Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong, she's topless like virtually the whole movie. And I believe that was the first one she was in. But then, like, after that, she went through the nudity. I think that's when she hooked up with Randy Couture.
Oh, well, I wouldn't. If I was Charles, I wouldn't want Randy Couture like coming on set and beating some ass. That
Yeah.
would be good. But no, it did make me want to revisit them. Rabbit is hilarious. Help me, I'm a fucking doobie.
Yeah. JGS, what's the one with the alien bong that sucks the life force from your wiener or something like that? The alien bong is what's missing from most of Evil Bong 3, Evil Bong 3D. Did we have any alien bong in this cut? I don't remember.
I don't think so. They do kind of like gloss over certain points.
Yeah, because I think that's the one that's the one that's missing. The 3 and Ginger Dead Man. There's none of that in there because then you have Minnie Robinson topless. It actually cuts out.
You do get to see Ginger Dead Man banging the girl. With his breadstick boner. There's a decent bit of Ginger Dead Man.
No, there is, but I mean, they cut out that the actual plot from the movie, and the Evil Bong 3. That whole those whole storylines, because you have what's Charlie's old lady's name?
Robin Sidney.
Thank you, Robin Sidney. She already plays 2 parts in this cut, but there's the other one she played also. So it's like there's a lot of where it gets confusing with Leanne and I forget the other one, Sarah, and some of that in this cut. So cutting those ones out really takes a lot of that confusion out.
I think I don't think this is something that you watch in place of the Evil Bong movies. I mean, I guess you could, but I still think it's worth the journey, even though it's not my favorite franchise within the Empire Full Moon.
Yeah, and JG brings that, but she also plays the fake Betty Boop, but that's actually
that's in there.
Yeah, that's actually Sarah, or no, that's Luann. Luann is the one because in Killjoy, the 4th one, Luann's in there. That actually has a big chunk of the story why characters disappear, but Luann's in that one and becomes the fake Batty Boop, and that's where that whole comes from. The Killjoy 3. Yeah. There's a whole storyline.
I would say, I mean, if you're already an Evil Bong fan, there's not really any reason to watch this. It's just kind of a curiosity piece.
See, for me, it's if I'm in the mood for Evil Bong and I don't want to commit to watching all 9 films, but I want to get the basic story. This is a good, okay, I'm going to get a little high and I can throw on the Evil Bong-A-Thon and kind of just revisit it without having to watch all 9 movies, or in my case, all 27.
I was curious because as you get deeper into the sequels, they're not even really feature length anyways. There's a lot of recap. So I was
there's not. No, that is not true. There's not a lot.
At least 1 or 2 that did.
Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong is the only one that's recap heavy. I just watched all of them, including that. And that one,
you're the expert.
No, but they are shorter because they're an hour each. When you get some are I think 50 minutes. They're not long. It feels very episodic. Is just little like an episode of TV. That's why I think it's so easy for me to binge these every few years, if not every year. I think last year, you
get fucked up kind of every year it seems to watch these.
Yeah, I do. I just I like them. They're the characters I like going. Do we get a ton? Yeah, we get a ton of Rabbit in this one.
Yes.
But there's the whole thing where Larnell owns the pot store with his buddies is gone because you don't get the pot store in the Evil Bong-A-Thon until Minnie Robinson owns it. Her character.
We do get some good quality time at the Lickety Splits topless bowling alley.
Yes, we do. But I mean that whole storyline of them owning it, but it gets confusing because they switch out some of the B characters other than Larnell so many times. It's just the first 3, you can see that's the one thing in this where it's you see the actors change between 1 and 2 for the nerd guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go back and rewatch these as soon as I can. I will say we do have some Full Moon double feature reviews that are going to be dropping.
Yeah, and you know what? If you would like to pick this up on Blu-ray, you can use our brand new referral link right there. I dropped in the comments. So I also got a 10% off code for that. We'll be dropping too, but
okay.
Dan's I need the code.
I'm gonna have to get the Evil Bong box. The price isn't quite right.
No, remember, it's one of the free gifts if you sign up for the year of Full Moon.
I thought I confirmed that was not the case.
No, I told you it was. It's on the list. It's right there.
Okay, I may have you walk me through that then next month once I recover.
No, I told you. No, it 100% is.
Okay, I have Ginger Dead Man, and it's a beautiful set. So.
Yeah, I watched them all for this run.
I will get them. I will definitely.
Sweet. Next year we're gonna do our Evil Bong-A-THON.
I wonder how long it would be to watch them all, like for a long stream.
Maybe that would be split into 2.
Yeah, I'd have to look at like the total. Yeah, that
because like if we did, there is one, like Wheaties is one I wouldn't do in the Evil Bong-A-THON, even though it's in the Evil Bong set. It's not like Gingerweed Man, which is 100%. Which even though they've stopped doing new Evil Bong movies, I still want more Gingerweed Man. I rewatched that one again, and because of the Ginger Dead Man set, and so good, still so good, hilarious. Love that one. Yeah. I bought the replica. It's one
you did, yeah.
I got that when I got my Evil Bong set.
Yeah. So what Ben is saying, once we hit 2K subs, live stream the whole franchise.
We're getting close. You got 300 friends. Tell them to join.
Yeah, if we could get there sooner rather than later, I wouldn't mind doing it. We'd have to work out the overall runtime, though.
Yeah,
you have to do that math. Like, I mean, if
I'll figure that out. I'll do the math in Dan. JGS, did they stop doing new Evil Bongs for a reason? I think it was really just the fact that they couldn't get Larnell anymore and Mindy Robinson. I don't know if she's still doing stuff. I think they lost so many. I'm sure Rabbit would have came back, but they were losing steam. The last one, I really liked the way actually they used the last one in this Evil Bong-A-THON, because I felt like rewatching that one, they needed a little bit more. It was cool. We got the final Larnell, pop up in that one, but in this one they recut it. Like, they're giving you the Evil Bong storyline, Evil Bong, like the restaurant part, Rabbit's restaurant, and they're showing the footage in hell from the movies before, but it works going back and forth, even though the timeline's a little shifted, because it all lines up. It just the way they cut it. So it made that the restaurant segment stuff at the end feel like a little bit more going on. So I really did like the way they did that in this. And it honestly made me want to try my hand at my own edit. But mine would probably be like 3 hours. So
yeah, I don't think you could help yourself on that one. So yeah, you guys get us to 2K subs sooner rather than later.
We're getting there. Get 300 your friends.
Yeah, get your grandma, anybody that's not like offended easily, and just
we'll do a count. We'll do a countdown to 420, and if we have it by then, we'll do it.
Yeah.
So you got a little under a year, a few days shy.
I feel like we're gonna hit it this year. Probably.
Don't jinx yourself, Dan. We gave him a year to do it, so there we go.
Street Team, comment these videos, guys. Even if it's just an emoji, and that also helps. With the algorithm. So yeah.
Curious, Dan. Overall, you did enjoy it.
I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna rate this because I feel like we'll rate the regular movies, because I don't know how to rate this, if I'm being honest. But I will.
So you will give it a thumbs up.
I'll give it a thumbs up. Yeah.
All right, stealing gimmicks over here. I'll rate it for an Evil Bong, just a good fun time. I'm going to rate it my enjoyment, and my enjoyment level is about a 4.
Okay. You also, for you adult film fans, Adriana Sephora plays the Punisher too. She was the 2000s girl, very pretty. Skin Diamond's great though. I wish she'd get a little more of a chance to act in mainstream stuff. I know she was also in I want to say the last Killjoy Psycho Circus she was in as well. So she's cool. Support her.
Yeah.
All right. So a hell of a jump from Evil Bong to our next movie, which is there's a new company, Celluloid Dreams. This is just their second release, which is stellar, and we'll get into it. But
are you going to show it off first, or
I'm gonna? Yes, I will show it off here. It's the 1971 film from writer director Aldo Lado, and it is Short Night of Glass Dolls. Now, there's going to be a lot to show off here, so I'll read the synopsis first, and then we'll kind of get into all the extra bells and whistles. But so in this film, foreign correspondent Gregory Moore is finishing his last assignment and plans to free his Czech girlfriend from the shackles of the Iron Curtain. But their plans are suddenly derailed when Mira vanishes and his own body is found in a park. Seemingly dead, his mind screams out, "I am alive." All right. So Short Night of Glass Dolls. Might be some minor-ish spoilers, JG. So just it's an older movie. Sometimes talking about it, but I won't try and spoil the whole thing. So Short Night of Glass Dolls was always a really unique Giallo. Before I get into that, I do got to show these extras. I'm just looking for it. So these beautiful lobby cards that come with it. Don't believe there's any boobs, but I'm just making sure because I could have forgotten. They send quite a few here too, which I think is awesome from the movie. Nope, I went blurry vision. Sorry. There we go. Right there. And these are like very good cardstock too. This is not cheap paper or anything. Celluloid Dreams just goes all out with these, and I love it so much. Let's see here. Go. And there you go. They also give a film reel that comes with this. Another cool extra. Open it up here. You get a booklet, which is pretty stacked too. There's a lot of good information in this. I'll flip it to. There are boobs in this, so I'm not going to do a general flip, but you go. It is. Shockingly, it's a kind of almost like a mini book. It is, I believe, 50, almost 60 pages worth of extra content in there. And I am going to talk a little bit about the movie. So I'll run down the extras in a minute, but I'll talk about the movie now. So Short Night of Glass Dolls, it's kind of unique. It's, I believe, the only Giallo that is set in Eastern Europe, in Prague. And there's an interesting story behind this because the director was sort of denied being able to film in that area. I'll get into the whole the whole story here, but he attempted to shoot in Prague, but he was denied a shooting permit by the government, and he had to covertly shoot exteriors in Prague, basically from a car under the guise of it being a documentary, which of course it wasn't. This was a really rare film for many years. It never had a U.S. theatrical release, and the pan and scan VHS from the 80s that we did get under the title Paralyzed, which is also, believe it or not, an extra feature on this set, which I think is amazing. Not the way you want to watch the movie for the first time, but still really cool that Celluloid Dreams.
Yeah, I dig when companies do something like that, like just that old throwback tape on there.
Yes, just going deep nerd shit. I love that. Pretty much this movie was unseen in the US until the 2002 DVD release.
That's when I first saw it.
Yeah. It's unique. Originally Terrence Hill had signed on to play the lead, Gregory Moore, which did not happen. And there's kind of a funny story in the extra features to why he didn't end up playing that role, but that kind of factors into spoilers on some of Terrence Hill's ego, I guess, at the time. But Gene Sorrell does a great job as Gregory Moore. We also get Barbara Bach as his girlfriend, Mira, and this came out like just right off of her doing Black Belly of the Tarantula, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Celluloid Dreams' next release, or at least they're definitely putting that out. So I can't wait. I love that movie so much. It's a great Giallo.
And
that
one is great.
Yeah, this was Aldo's passion project. Ernesto Gastaldi originally wrote a very different script, which was going to go kind of deeper into the political commentary, and was pretty much just a totally different movie. But yeah, so rare. This movie looks like it was essentially shot in Prague, even though a good chunk of it was shot in Croatia. And unique motivations in this one. It kind of has a lot in common, as weird as this might sound, with Eyes Wide Shut. It's not your typical reason behind some of the murders. I'll just say. There's another film, and I believe this is referenced in the extra features, but if not, I will say Watch Me When I Kill also tackles some like geopolitical issues that normally don't factor into your giallos. Usually it's like lust or jealousy, revenge, what have you, is the reasons for the violence. This one's very closer to like a Hitchcockian mystery. I think it'll play quite well. This is going to have a lot of new fans, I think, because of this release. It is different. I know the original title was Short Night of the Butterflies, but unfortunately they had to change it because the Bloodstained Butterfly, the Tassari Giallo, had beat it out to theaters. But I like this one a lot. It, again, different, but really, really good. And Todd, before I get into the extras, which are insane, what did you think of Short Night of Glass Dolls? I know you're a big Giallo guy.
Yeah, and this is one I saw early on when I really, started to know what a Giallo was. Like there was a name for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of glad I did, because it's a little, like, it is different than most of most people is a typical Giallo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I kind of liked about it. And it still holds up. It's a great film. And I think even if you just like that standard, Giallo, I think I think you'll still enjoy it either way. It's just a strong film. But it, like, you compared it to, a Hitchcockian film. So that's also, up my alley.
Yeah, very, very classy Giallo. It's not the sleaziest,
yeah,
it's not kind of the over the top deaths maybe that some people would be expecting. There is an odd tomato torture scene. It kind of like actually makes a lot of sense. That might sound weird, but when you see the movie, you'll get it. But I think this is a really creepy movie too. This is not only a good Giallo, but it's a proper horror movie, just laced with paranoia. And like I said, if you're a fan of like Eyes Wide Shut, there's some who knows, maybe they borrowed a little bit from this one. I'm going to talk a little bit about the extras, and I'm going to obviously guys, there is so much, and I guess I'll show the film reel because I neglected to do that. So I forgot because I put it in here, but it also comes with a film reel
strip.
Film strip, sorry. Another cool little gimmick that they have. This is a 4-disc release, including the paralyzed VHS version on a separate disc, which is really cool. 4K and Blu-ray, so you're covered if you order this. And as far as extra features go, we have Knights of Malistrana, which is a 2015 interview with Aldo Lotto and Gene Sorel. This runs an hour and 41 minutes, so it's very, very in depth. Aldo runs down his career, Yugoslavia at the time, and how he managed to make this happen. 2 days shooting in Prague covertly, which could have been pretty disastrous if they got caught. So really, really ballsy shoot when you think about what was going on in that region in the 70s. And this is just coming off the Prague Spring. So politically, there was a lot of crazy shit going on at the time. So hour 41 minutes, that's a great featurette. We also get All About Lotto, a 2018 interview with the director that runs 33 minutes. He tells some really funny stories working with Anthony Perkins and Sophia Loren. Another good piece. We get The Quest for Money, an interview with producer Enzo Doria that runs 20 minutes. And he talks a little bit about financing movies at the time. He actually is the one that I think tells the Terrence Hill story and why he didn't end up playing the lead in this film. Terrence Hill, of course, was in some great spaghetti westerns. This guy financed classic movies like Year of the Cannibals and Fists in the Pockets, and he goes into that a little bit. We also get To Italy and Back, an interview with producer Dieter Geisler that runs 30 minutes. Nothing here that's like 5 minutes. They're all good, long, meaty interviews. He talks a little bit about being inspired by Metropolis, some of his acting work, and another really good one. The Most Beautiful Voice, an interview with singer Ida Dell'Orso that runs 21 minutes, and she kind of runs down working with the great Ennio Morricone and how she became involved in this film and some of her early music work. We get it's not done yet, guys. Cuts Like a Knife, an interview with editor Mario Mora that runs 23 minutes. Talks a lot about his wife getting hit on sets, and another good career retrospective. We get a 23-minute featurette, Man on the Bridge, a retrospective on the film. This kind of gets into a little bit about the Prague Spring and just the rebellion at the time, Russia, how they crushed that uprising. Really good. It kind of runs down some of the elements in the movie that I'm dancing around because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. Makes comparisons to one of my favorite animated movies of all time, Fantastic Planet from 1973, which was a heavily banned film in Soviet countries at the time. Also goes into the Kafka film, which this movie's very Kafka-esque. A lot of themes from the Metamorphosis pop up in Short Night of Glass Dolls. And I believe I've hit them all. I really wanted to put this one over hard because goddamn, did they go all out. This Celluloid Dreams is doing it better, I would say, than almost just anybody right now. I would have never have expected the amount of extras. And we also get 2 commentary tracks, one by writer-director Aldo Lado, and also by film critic, and I believe the head of Celluloid Dreams, Guido Henkel. So you couldn't ask for more. 64-page booklet. You get these beautiful lobby cards, film strip. I mean, I'm going to say probably the release of the year so far in terms of just overall quality. Again, it is a just gorgeous set. So if you get a chance to pick this up, please do. And as far as the movie goes, Todd, what do you rate Short Night of Glass Dolls, the movie? Because the overall package is perfect. It's 5.
It's obviously a 5. The film itself, I'm a 4. I do enjoy this one.
I'm actually a 4.5. It may not be what everybody is looking for in a Giallo, or a typical Giallo, I should say, but I think this is atypical and it's really unique and well made, and I do love this a lot. I tend to go high on Giallos, to be honest, but I promise there's some that aren't as good that I won't rate as
we had a couple lower ones when we did our There's Always Room for Giallo tournament.
I feel like we made, like, even something like Giallo in Venice, which
that's a great film. I just got Murder Rock. I can't wait to watch that. I may watch that tomorrow now.
Giallo in Venice is a fun film. It's a bad film, but it is a lot of fun.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's time for another Giallo tournament.
Yeah, we have to go back and see what we haven't done, because, like, if we do another tournament, I can't lie, I am really feeling Giallo. I know we've done a lot, but
I'm looking for like I just brought up Murder Rock. Spoiler, I love that one. So
yeah,
maybe we'll just review it. Who knows?
So, yeah, if you guys get a shot, pick up this Celluloid Dreams release, because holy fucking shit. Like, I almost, like, because this was so stacked, my day was spent going through.
I can everything you listed off, I can imagine that was a lot of features.
Yeah, it was a ton. And yeah, you definitely get your money's worth. So check it out. So Todd, I know are we briefly doing TV Terror Talk tonight? Because I know we kind of wanted to wait for
like we'll do we're gonna do a non-spoiler real quick on it, since our TV Terror Talk is episode 2 of The Last of Us. We don't want to go too into spoilers on this one yet because people haven't seen it, and I know since we
avoid those hard.
Yeah, and I know with everyone not here tonight, we'll go into a more in-depth, discussion of it on Wednesday's show.
Yeah, so I think it'll be very brief tonight. But before we get into that, Ben Grimm just watched Freaky Tales. He does endorse it as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again tonight. That's right when we're done, since it hit digital today.
And what's up, Cliff? I figure you would be a fan of Short Night of Glass Dolls, Cliff. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but yeah, check it out. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere right now currently. I want to say at one point it was on Shudder, but I could be wrong about that. I probably am, because it's not Vinegar Syndrome, but I do recommend you pick this up. All right. So
Last of Us. Kind of like derailed to go right back to it.
Yeah, sorry. All right, so Last of Us, season 2, episode 2, Through the Valley. So I think everybody that is familiar with the game, which I am not at all, like not even remotely familiar with the game. I think this was like the big event that a lot of people were anticipating. This is an episode where a whole lot of shit happens. Ellie is still a fucking bitch though, man. Like, they're gonna have to do some work to make me like.
See, I didn't feel it as much, but I know I'm gonna be nice.
She just would not. I don't know, dude. Like, when we get into like spoilers next week on Wednesday, I'll be a little more, open about my thoughts. But like, likability issues, I think could be
I think you're that's just you.
not saying not realistic, but like,
I mean it's I we'll talk more on Wednesday.
we'll talk more on Wednesday. But yeah, we'll see if that ends up being a problem.
Great episode though. So
Yeah.
you don't want to be spoiled if you're taking your time to watch it. So definitely check it out soon, and we'll talk freely on Wednesday.
Yeah, we get Caitlin Deaver as Abby, who shows up and obviously seems to be a very important character going forward. And this one thing that I can talk about, this is an episode that feels like a major Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
We get masses of the infected attacking the Wyoming compound, and I can imagine that this episode alone had to cost an insane amount of money. Some crazy shit with flamethrowers, people getting just torn apart by the monsters. It is pretty amazing. It's a heavy action episode, but also has some heavy emotional shit as well. And yeah, for any of you guys out there, without dropping spoilers, because again, I know it's we don't want to do that, but are you liking it? If you like the games, are you kind of happy with where you're at now? Because I wasn't expecting this necessarily this fast, so I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious where we end up going, but stay tuned. We're going to talk a little bit more about this one on Wednesday, where we will talk like full spoilers.
And we'll have another video game adaptation on Wednesday also.
That is true. Yeah, we got Until Dawn, and the Shrouds, which I'm dying to talk about.
And I'm actually going to see if I can get some gameplay in on Until Dawn before Wednesday, so I can kind of give how were they? Because Kruger's played the game first, and then is seeing the movie. I'll have seen the movie, then I'll play the game, see how that goes. And I hear it's like one of those easy ones, like The Quarry, so I'll be able to handle it.
It's PlayStation 1, right? Because it's an older game.
That's PlayStation 4. I know there's a PlayStation 5 remaster. So,
all right.
So it'll be interesting, my take that way and his that way. And you're just going movie alone. So,
I'll be movie alone. I understand Peter Stormare is actually in the game too, and I think there's some some spillover from the game. So I'm kind of curious. All right. I didn't realize the Shrouds was a new Cronenberg until today. Yes, new David Cronenberg. And it's actually something that he wrote back in like 2017 when his wife died. So an interesting thing to keep in mind when you watch that movie.
A zombie says I'm assuming that until Dawn was PS3 also. PS3, 4, and I know the remaster for 5 came out recently. I'm going to play the PS4 version because that's the one that's free.
Nice. And yeah, I'm really curious to see what Pugs and Kruger thought of that episode as well. So Todd, what else do you have going on? Are you
see?
Oh, did I miss something?
Yeah, it's Horror Pack time, remember?
Oh, there we go. I felt like I was forgetting something. And so we have
there we go.
Do I pretend like this is new, Todd?
No, I'm going to cut it out and release it later. So, go for it.
All right. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Horror Pack unboxing. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by the man with the giant box, producer Todd, and we are going to unbox some Horror Pack.
But what do we do first though, Dan?
Well, first I tell Hayden, the Sinners review is already that was yesterday.
That was a different show. You're a day late.
Show. Totally different show. You're a day late. We're just starting here. It's horror pack. So
it's horror pack unboxing.
Yes. So,
but the first thing we got to do is try to figure out these clues, Dan. Everyone's favorite. Right. So here I go. You can read it, Dan.
On to the bullshit clues. Shiny, happy sheeple dying.
Black sheep is we're gonna do that one again.
But they always give fucking sheep hints, and it never ends up being.
Are these this month's? But did I grab the wrong
ones? I hope.
Well, if they all sound familiar, we're no.
Oh wait, why does this say March? Is this not April?
What do you mean? Where's it? Oh,
did you put up the wrong fucking clues, Todd?
I don't. Did we do this one last year?
This sure sounds like.
Hold on.
Last month's clues. Todd.
Now I'm going to double check on Horror Pack.
You're failing at life, Todd. You're going to open that box and it's going to be a bunch of smut. So even Horror Pack.
Did they not post that? They didn't post
any. Just give up their bullshit.
They didn't post any. Hold on. Whoa. Horror Pack. Did Dan's disrespect of your clues finally send you over the edge? Hold on. I'm going to check Instagram.
My massive YouTube power has
hold on.
Not doing clues.
Hold on. I'm checking.
I mean, that looks the sheeple thing is it is.
No, you're right. It is. Yeah, no, and that. So now I'm checking their. Did they stop? Yeah, didn't some people leave Facebook? Hold on. I'm checking if they post them on Instagram. Horror Pack.
Yeah, this is it's not cool.
I know. I got the box last minute. Let's do this, and I grabbed the clues, not reading them first, right before we went on air. And hold on, let's see. Is this them or me? Well, no, they didn't give us any April clues. Wow.
It just is whatever the fuck it is.
All right, I guess I'm just gonna open it, and we're clueless. I don't know what to do, Dan.
Clueless. Maybe Clueless is in there. They'll do a mainstream one. Hey, can you believe that Clueless is going to be a TV show now? Well, It was a TV show, but Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, we're going to forget about that one now.
Yeah. Who played her in the TV show?
I can't remember, but everyone else was the same, right?
There was spillover. I don't remember. I'm not a Clueless guy, so.
Are the clues online? No. Well, someone needs to go find the clues to get the clues. No, they weren't online on either. So
they're online. So we got them all right by default.
So this is going to be a really short video now. Yeah, this is the first month.
Short, that's okay.
This is the first time we've ever gotten them all right on the first try. Okay. All right, here we go. I didn't check Twitter. Should I check Twitter first?
Maybe check Twitter.
All right, we'll check Twitter. They're the one. Do I got to go to Pornhub to check the clues now? What the hell?
Everybody's on different shit now. I don't know. Maybe they're doing it on Blue Sky or something. I'm not sure. Instagram, maybe. There's too much shit, Todd.
Back. Okay, there they go. Did they got anything up? No, they haven't. They posted a couple days ago. They just said, nah, we're not doing shit. July. No, that's old. Okay, shit. I don't know. Well, let's see what we got.
So it sounds like maybe you just got them really early before.
No, it's the 25th. They'd at least have one or two.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. First one.
Let Us Pray. Very good movie.
All right. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Did you already have it?
I don't remember. I think I might. I'm not 100%. It's one of those I can't tell right now. But yeah, great film. So, all right.
Yeah, that's a really creepy one. That's a good movie.
Oh, shoot this bag. Okay, this way. All right, our next one.
Oh, nice. That's another good one.
Oh, okay. I don't have this one. Coming Home in the Dark. Okay.
Yeah, is it IFC Midnight or is that Dark Sky?
Dark Sky.
Dark
So
Sky.
what is that? One IFC and one? No, that's Dark Sky. They're both Dark Sky.
Two very quality movies so far.
Right.
If you don't
Cool.
have
All right. Our next one is. Oh shit! Something fell out. Hold on. Oh, Stitches. All right.
Stitches. Oh shit. Okay. All good movies. All really good movies.
All right. Well, let's see what fell out first.
This would be a rough one for me because I have everything.
Oh. I guess there was an error on the film festival one last time. So.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There we go. I got a replacement disc. Well, that's good. Hey, that's the first one I've ever had from them. So.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever had to do that.
All right. Let's see what our exclusive one is. Late Checkout. Okay.
Ooh,
Slasher.
Say who directed it or who was in it?
Oh, it's a Scream Team releasing film. I see.
That's why I know what it is.
Yeah, I see. Felissa Rose on the back.
Okay. So that means that Officer Doofy, Dave Sheridan, is also in it.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah. All right, so that's a cool one. I'm glad.
Can you believe Officer Doofy and Felissa Rose fuck? Like, that's just wild to me. I never would have called that one. Do you think he well, I won't get into that. That would be rude. Speculating on bedroom activities.
Yeah, I'm sure they do it in gimmick. Calm down, Dan.
You think before a blowy, he makes her make the face?
Oh, Jesus.
Wouldn't it be funny if that's the actual O face? Like, that is just naturally what happens.
Lord.
That would be awesome. He makes Officer Doofy face when he nuts, and she makes that face. Like,
does the
final thing. They come at the same time, and it's just like that. That would be the best adult film ever.
Oh, there you go, Horror Pack. That's an endorsement.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to check that exclusive out soon.
Do you think he's used like the shop vac on her?
Oh God!
I need to know this, Todd.
Well, Dan, when you go to the signing next time, you could. Were they both there? Could you just ask them?
They were at Full Moon last year. I'm gonna ask Officer Doofy. You using that shop vac for? Be honest. Man to man, I wouldn't just say it out loud. I'd whisper as.
Does the shop vac smell like sleepaway sausage? Just let me know.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Baldy sent it.
I just Baldies.
We get really inappropriate at the 90-minute mark.
What are you talking about, Dan? This is the 11-minute mark.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Maybe this will stay here. I don't know.
Yeah, this horror pack might just. You may not get it separate. You're just gonna have to enjoy it tonight.
We'll see. It'll be a 5-minute version.
So what else do we have? We got a lot of stuff that will be dropping, like I said, throughout summer. Some really cool tape stuff, and of course all of our live stuff.
We just had a really nice franchise show too.
We did, yes, Fright Night. If you didn't listen to that, that's about as in-depth as you could ever want from a Fright Night franchise show with our special guest, Chris McGibbon, who's busy at work on Fright Night 2, the 4K.
Of the Spooky Picture Show. You can check them out on Spotify.
Yes, with Michael Felsher. Check that out. And what else do we have coming up here, Todd? I think it's going to be a very big wrestling summer. I know Kruger's got an insane amount of cool shit coming up. I don't know what's been announced yet. Or
the Hellbound Bodybound match in my hometown of Anaheim.
That is okay.
Someone will be set on fire inside of a body bag.
So this is going to be Kruger taking on Carnage
for the Supreme Violence title, their deathmatch title, named in honor of Supreme. Yeah.
The only way to win is to beat the shit out of your opponent to the point that you can stuff them in a body bag and light the body bag on fire. So obviously Team Kruger.
Yeah, matches happened one other time.
No.
UEW at UEW Hellbound, one of the ones that's before my era, and the tape footage where there's a little footage out there, but
yes,
it's a match that's notorious out here, especially it's one criminally underseen because there's not real footage out there. It was before I was a librarian of all the footage and everything, so it's not on me.
This is going to be an insanely violent match. I don't even know if I would want to be there.
Maybe I'll get them. Maybe I'll get them together and talk about that match. Like,
yeah. I
mean, the footage of the first one. It's something we could do.
It wasn't in that match, but I know Kruger. I mean, Kruger was like melted on a cross practically at one point. So when you put Fire and Kruger into the mix, you get third degree burns and a lot of insane shit. So if you're in the Anaheim area and you have a strong stomach and you like violent
and you're 21 and older.
Okay, so this is a 21 and older.
Yes.
Event. I was going to say I feel like that's a good idea for that because
and my kid's going to be in town and I'm like, can't go, kid. I wouldn't take him anyway, but I was thinking about taking him beforehand just to say hi to everyone. No, before the show starts.
I kind of think that might be a little bit much. That might be a little for me.
No, I meant take him before the show starts.
Oh, okay.
Just to say hi to meet Kyle and some.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah,
because it's so close to home, I can, just send him right back.
What is the back of your fucking car gonna look like at the end of that night, Todd?
Well, I don't think any of the stuff that I need is burnable. I just, oh God, it's I kind of wish my kid wasn't here for that because I don't know how it's gonna go. It's gonna be a stressful day. I don't have to come home and hopefully what someone I'm close to isn't set on fire and hurt. Well, one of them will be set on fire.
Yes, I hope it's you, Carnage, and that's no offense because it's just like we love Kruger here, obviously. Not that I want to see you set off. I'm not trying to talk shit, Carnage. Don't come after me.
Yeah, right. We have to see Kruger quite often.
And that's July.
Yeah,
I should have all the dates.
I know. Well, the information just been coming out. It just got announced 2 days ago. I know Anaheim at the Doll Hut.
It's going to look like the Cenobites just open the box in the back of your van. I think it's going to be like it's going to.
Pre-sale tickets are only $25 for the next 2 weeks.
That is a good deal.
It's going to be standing room only. Where is the date? Come on, my eyes are too old for this right now.
They had a hot crowd last time.
Friday, July 11th.
Okay, Friday, July 11th. Crimson Crown Wrestling. Kruger going for that title. That's going to be huge.
And Bleed for the crown.
Okay.
And someone's going to burn for the crown.
That is going to be a scary, intense show. So you guys don't want to miss that one. Get your tickets now. Yeah. God, I wouldn't want to be front row. Like, especially with Kruger there. Like, I don't want to see that up close, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be hanging out in the back, probably looking between your fingers. So, but yeah, if you're there, show your support for Kruger. And I think that's going to be a really special night. And there's a lot of cool stuff coming up from him this year. So,
yeah.
So Todd, I believe that's all we have for today, unless I missed something.
No, we got it all.
All right. So we'll see you guys back here shortly. Thank you, Hayden. I think I am hilarious as well. And good night, Butterbean Titties.
Money's on the dresser.
Fuck yeah.
I know now I can't find the thing to push. Bear with me. Where there we go. All right. Money's on the dresser.